Hello again, and welcome back to one of the series of videos I have started about distant learning. As we usually do, I'd like to start off by riddles. In fact, in this video we will have two riddles. Number one, if Teresa's daughter is my daughter's mother, what am I to Teresa? Number two, which cup will be filled with coffee first? Here we have got different cups. Which one will be filled first? Before starting talking about our course book, I would like to have a small review about some lessons we have already done in the classroom. So the first lesson is going to be about comparatives and superlatives. So this is what we are going to talk about in this lesson: comparatives and superlatives. So this is as a review. In fact, we have already talked about this lesson. Here you can see some examples of adjectives in comparative and superlative form. So forming, or how to form regular comparatives and superlatives. We use comparatives to compare two things or two people. Here we make a comparison between two people or two things. You have got an example here. Superlatives are used, however, to show the difference between more than two things or more than two people. Here we made a comparison between more than two things or two people. The example here, Paris is the biggest city in France. Here we made a comparison between more than two cities in France. Number three, to form comparatives and superlatives, you need to know the number of the syllables in the adjectives. Syllables are like sound bits. It means how many times do you stop when pronouncing a specific word. For instance, find contains one syllable. So find. Here I stopped once when pronouncing this word. But finding contains two syllables. So here I stopped twice while I pronounced this word. Finding. The rules to form comparatives and superlatives. So number one syllable adjective ending in a silent E, like nice, we add R. So nice, nicer. Superlatives, we add st, nicest. One syllable adjective ending in one vowel and one consonant, like big. So it ends in one consonant, one vowel and one consonant. It means we have got one vowel before the consonant. Comparative, the consonant is doubled and AR is added, like big, bigger. Superlative, the consonant is doubled and EST is added. So here we are going to say biggest. So one syllable adjective ending in more than one consonant or more than a vowel, or long vowels like high, cheap, soft. Comparative ER is added, higher, cheaper, and softer. Superlative we add EST, example, highest, cheapest, or softest. A two-syllable adjective ending in Y, like happy. So in comparative, Y becomes I and ER is added, happy, happier. In superlative, we add EST, happiest. Two-syllable or more adjectives without Y at the end, example, exciting. So this is a long adjective that contain more than two syllables, that contain two or more than two syllables. So let's see how do we form the comparative and the superlative. So in comparative, we add more plus adjective plus than. The example, we say more exciting than. Superlative, we write or we form it using the most plus the adjective plus of. Example, the most exciting of. Here we have got some examples. Try to read these examples to see how do we form comparatives and superlatives. So irregular comparatives and superlatives. So here we have got some irregular adjectives like bad. So comparative is worse and superlative is worst, worse, worst. So here we have got other examples of irregular adjectives. How to use comparatives and superlatives. So we have got here comparatives and superlative in a chart. So comparatives are used to compare two things or two people. Example, Alan is taller than John. So here we made the comparison between two people. We have already talked about this in the beginning of this lesson. Superlatives are used to compare more than two things or two people. Superlative sentences usually use the. Example, Alan is the most intelligent. So here we made a comparison between more than two people. So here, if you want to compare two similar things or people, this is how to form comparatives and comparative. So to express similarities, use the following structure. We use as plus adjective plus as. Example, Mike is as intelligent as Nancy. Larry is as popular as opera. So here we make or these people are similar. It means both of them are intelligent. So this is everything for similarities. Now we will move to talk about tenses, talking about or making a comparison between simple past and present perfect. You are going to talk or to use these lessons, or we are going to use these lessons in our course book. That's why I started with this small review. So this is how we form the present perfect. Okay, it's the same thing. We have already talked about these two tenses in our classroom, and we did some exercises. So present perfect. So we have got, this is the grammatical structure. We have got subject plus have or has plus past participle. So this is an example or examples. I have lived in this city for 3 years. Okay, as you can see here, we have and past participle of the verb live. He or she has lived in the city for 3 years. Okay, we have got has plus past participle of the verb. Simple past. How do we structure or form the simple past? We have subject plus verb in the simple past. Example, I saw a movie yesterday. So here we have got a subject and verb in simple past. This is a regular verb. See, saw. I talked on the phone for 2 hours last night. Subject plus simple past of the verb, which is regular. We add ed to this verb. So now let's move to make a comparison between how or when do we use present perfect and simple past. Okay, simple past. We use simple past to talk about an action that happened in the past. We have got an example here. I saw a good film last night. So this is simple past. I saw. When? Last night. Okay, here you have got a timeline of this action. As you can see here, this is now and this is the past. So the action is here at a specific time, which is last night. So film, okay, or a movie. So let's use this question in order to understand the use of simple past more clearly, or to make it more clearly. Is the action in the past? Yes, it is in the past. Is the action finished? Yes, it started and finished last night. Is there any connection with the present? So there is, as you can see here, there is no connection between the present. Do we know when it happened? So in the sentence, yes, we know when the action happened. It happened last night. So as you can see here, we use the simple past to talk about an action that started and finished at a specific time in the past. Talking about completed action in the past. Okay, now let's move to talk about the use of present perfect. So, in fact, we use the simple or the present perfect simple to talk about different situations. So, situation number one, to talk about unfinished past. So, example, he or she has worked for 3 years. So here we are talking about a duration or a period of time of 3 years. So we have got timeline, it is now, okay, 3 years ago, and for 3 years now. Do we know when the action started? Yes, it started 3 years ago. Does the action continue up to now and include the present? Yes, the action started in the past and still continuous up to now. Okay, does it still work here, or does she still work here? Yes. What are we interested here? Here we are interested in duration of the action, so which is 3 years. Okay, so here we are talking about action that started in the past and still continuous up to now, an action that hasn't finished yet. Okay, number 2, present perfect. Simple, used to talk about an finished past, but here we are talking about an finished period of time. Have you seen Joe this morning? So here we have got have. This is a question scene. Okay, and this morning is an finished period of time. So as you can see here, try to imagine now is maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. So the action has started at midnight, at 12 o'clock, and will finish until midday, because the morning won't finish until midday. So is the action still is it still this morning? Yes. What do we say in the afternoon? So here, if we are talking about the afternoon, we will talk about completed action in the past. So we are going to say, did you see Joe this morning? Why? Because the morning has finished and there is no longer any connection with the present. So here we are talking about unfinished period of time, which is this morning. Okay. Another action about the using of present perfect, it is indefinite past, which means okay, the time is not given. We don't know when the action happened. So we have got an example. Oh, you have cut your hair. So you have cut your hair sometime in the past, okay, and now there is a result. Your hair was long, now it is short. So there is a connection between the past and the present. Did something happen in the past? Yes. Do we know when it happened? No. So the time is not given. Sometime in the past. Is there a result in the present? Yes. In the past, your hair was long, but now it is short. So when do we use present perfect to talk about the present result of an action completed at a specified time in the past? Here we have got a result in the present of an action in the past. Present perfect indefinite past experience use. He has traveled all around the world. Do we know when he has traveled? We don't know. So we use the present perfect here to talk about an action that happened in the past, but we don't know when it happened. Okay, this is, if you read the examples here, you will understand what we are talking about. So now we will move to talk about our course book. So this is our first activity in our course book. So we will start with this. So as you can see here, this is a dialogue. You are going to listen and read and try to answer the question, who gets a present. But before that, there is a photo. I want you to notice this photo. As you can see here, this is the photo. Try to notice the photo here and then answer the questions. So here are the questions. Who is in the photo? Where are they? What is happening or what's happening? So try to answer these questions about the photo. Okay, later I want you to listen. Okay, listen to the dialogue and then try to fill in the blanks and answer this question.
Unit 4, Entertainment. Lesson 4A. The most fun I've had for ages. Exercise 1. Listen and read. Who gets a present?
Look, I've just won this necklace.
Good for you. I've never won anything at a fair.
Never mind. The prizes aren't that great.
What did you do to win it?
I knocked 3 tins down with 3 balls. You know, this is the most fun I've had for ages.
Why don't you have a go too, Lisa? It's only 40p a go.
I can't. I've already spent all my money.
Hey, we haven't tried this game yet. Are you up for it, Josh?
I don't know, I haven't done it before.
You get 3 darts and you have to hit the cards.
Okay, I'll have a go.
It's dead easy. Watch this.
Oops!
Missed.
Hard luck. It's my turn now. Yes!
That's brilliant, Josh. Well done.
Here you are, sir.
I've won a giant teddy bear.
That's the biggest bear I've ever seen.
Here, Lisa. It's a present for you.
Oh, that's great, Josh. Thanks.
That's good, thanks. Now I want you to move to the next exercise, but before that you have got some phrases here, some new words. I want you to guess the meaning of these words from the dialogue. Try to use the context you have got here. If you can't guess the meaning, then you can use a dictionary or go to the internet. So number 2, answer the questions. Write S for Sophie, L for Lisa, and G for Josh, or R for Ryan. Okay, who? So try to answer these questions. Okay, later we will move to talk about the grammar. We have already reviewed present perfect simple with just, already, before, never, ever, and yet. So here you have got some examples. Try to use this example in order to complete the rules you have got here. So superlatives with the present perfect simple. So as you can see here, that's why we reviewed superlatives and the present perfect, because you use them now in your lesson. So this is the most fun I have had for ages. As you can see here, we have the superlative, which is the most, and present perfect I have. That's the biggest bear I have ever seen. Practice. Complete the computer game review with the present perfect simple or past simple. So here you are going to write the present perfect or the simple past according to the review that we have done. Okay, now exercise number 4. Write sentences using the present perfect simple with ever and superlative. So you have got an example here. That nice thing you say. That's the nicest thing you have ever said. So try to do the same thing for the other sentences. Use the superlative plus ever and the present perfect. So language function now. You will learn about the different expressions we use in order to respond to good and bad news. So react to good and bad news. So these are the different expressions we use in order to react to good news. So these are the expressions. Try to read them. React to bad news. Here are the expressions of reacting to bad news. And now try to practice your pronunciation, especially falling intonation. We already made the difference between falling and raising intonation. So here you are talking about about exclamations. Okay, you are going to listen.
Exercise 5.
Then go to page
Pronunciation.
130.
Falling intonation in exclamations. A. Listen and repeat. 1,
Wow, that's amazing.
2,
Oh no, that's too bad.
3,
How brilliant.
4,
That's a real shame.
5,
You poor thing.
B. Use the cues and react to the news. Then listen and check. 1,
I've got a new TV in my bedroom.
Lucky you.
2,
My grandmother has won £1 million on the lottery.
Wow, that's fantastic.
3,
The weather was really bad.
Oh no, that's terrible.
4,
I'm sorry. I can't come to the party.
That's a real shame.
Okay, now let's move to the next exercise, which says listen again to part of the dialogue in exercise 1. Then make more conversations in pairs. You are going to work in a group of 2 people. So this is working in pairs. Use the prompts below. You have got some prompts here. You are going to listen to this part and then make more conversations. Okay, so listen, please.
Exercise 6. Listen again to part of the dialogue in exercise 1. Then make more conversations in pairs.
Look, I've just won this necklace.
Good for you. I've never won anything at a fair.
Never mind. The prizes aren't that great.
Okay, I think we will finish for this video. Please keep doing your great work like what you did with the previous videos. I hope that this video has been useful for you. It helps you to learn something new. Thanks again for your attention. Please take care of yourself and see you in other video. Bye.